Joining us now is OjyOkpe with stories trending around the world. Hello, Jinx.
That's the ginger that we need. Hello, Rufai. Good morning. How are you this morning? Dr. Rufai. Hello, Ayo. How are you this morning?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Dr. Abati.
Yes, we do.
Well, all right. Let's begin. Well, good morning to you, viewers. Here are some of the stories that are trending across the globe. In the United States, a 46-year-old Delaware man was charged on Monday with drunk driving after he plowed his vehicle into U.S. President Joe Biden's motorcade on Sunday night. The police described the incident as an accidental collision. Biden and First Lady Jill Biden were getting into their vehicle when the man crashed into an SUV about 200 feet away from them. Both were unharmed in the incident, which unfolded outside the president's campaign headquarters. In Italy, Pope Francis, in a significant move that would advance the LGBTQ community in the Roman Catholic Church, allowed priests to bless same-sex and irregular couples under certain circumstances. The Vatican said it should be a sign that God welcomes all. The leader of the Roman Catholic Church approved a document issued by the Vatican announcing the change on Monday. The document, however, said that priests must decide on a case-by-case basis and that the blessings should not be part of regular church rituals or related to civil unions or weddings. It added that marriage under the Catholic doctrine is between a man and a woman. In Egypt, Abdel Fattah el-Sisi on Monday secured a third term of 6 years in office as president. The 69-year-old secured his re-election bid with 89.6% of the vote cast, with Hazim Omar, the runner-up, securing only 4.5%. El-Sisi became president in 2014, a year after he had led the military's overthrow of Mohamed Morsi, his Islamist predecessor, and was re-elected in 2018, both times with 97% of the vote. In Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Monday vowed that his administration will always uphold press freedom and respect public opinions. The president made the announcement during a meeting with members of the Newspaper Proprietors Association of Nigeria, led by its president, Kabiru Yusuf of Daily Trust Newspaper Group. The chairman of This Day newspapers, Prince Nduka Obaigbena, and former governor of Ogun State, Chief Segun Oshoba, were also present at the meeting. The president assured the group that he would carefully consider their request for a review of policies affecting the newspaper industry.
We've taken a bold decision, which you have all, one way or the other, criticized or support, and I thank you for the support, or have support, whichever way. One thing I must tell you is that I read every paper. I'm grateful to many of you. Without you, I would not be standing here as president.
It's good to hear the president taking this firm decision, vowing to uphold press freedom, a nice departure from the Buhari administration, which seemed, towards the end, that they were, against some sort of, press freedom, where they're clamping down on social media or not. But, it also reminds me of the campaign season, where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said at one point that, I don't look at social media. I don't even read the news because, it's just too much. But it's nice that he's saying that, he welcomes the criticism as well as, the praise. So that's a good one for the Newspaper Association. Well, let's continue on what's trending. Taking reactions emanating from the resolution reached to resolve the political crisis in Rivers State. On Monday, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu met with the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, and Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, at the State House in Abuja, where both men agreed to end the political feud between them. In the 8-point resolution signed by Fubara, Wike, and other Rivers stakeholders, it was agreed that all impeachment proceedings against the governor should be dropped immediately. Well, line item number 3 on the resolution says that Martin Amaewhule should be recognized as the speaker, while the 27 lawmakers who defected to the APC should be taken back as members of the assembly. Well, the listing reactions, let's take some. This is from Academia, who wrote, Sim is walking a slippery terrain. APC wants a juicy Rivers. Last, the 25 men to retain their seats as APC members will soon impeach the governor, and the federal government will withdraw his security. Like Ikemefuna, the president should not have a hand in it because of his legacies, and Wike needs not jump the process of an acceptable godfather. Olije wrote, why didn't President Tinubu ask that the decamped House of Assembly members go back to the PDP? He only wanted Wike's speaker to be recognized and to make Sim a ceremonial governor. Sim got nothing. This may all be a planned defection tactic to the APC by Wike and Fubara. Well, Daniel Amaewhule wrote, the people of Rivers State should disown the so-called directive, which is in itself illegal, unconstitutional, and null and void. Well, yesterday we took that video about Day My Day. He actually posted that video. If we can take that up, he made his own song.
Day your day, make I day my day. I done day with my day. How far with your day? I done day my day. How far with your day? I don't talk about. See that first half victory, the artificial. In the second half, there will be change of tactics. There will be substitution. There will be pressure on the referee. There is fudgy time. That fudgy time now to buy time so that Sir Alex Ferguson will manipulate the result in favor of Manchester United. That's exactly what has happened in Rivers. Unfortunately, Fubara, by agreeing to this agreement, he has successfully signed his political death warrant. On to the next one.
Right. Daniel Amaewhule basically summed it up. On to the next one. He has sealed his political death warrant. Or like the other Twitter user alluded to, it might be a planned tactic for them to defect to the APC. What is going on here? The PDP say nothing at this point.
So the truth is, yes, and I see the line of thought
on that
Twitter user saying it might be a planned tactic for both of them to defect, because either ways, I know there's a defection amongst both of them. I don't know who's going to happen first. And I said this a couple of days ago here, that will it push one of them to defect? Because it's looking too good to be true.
Absolutely. All
of a sudden, then they have this deal. This deal is political coffin for Fubara. So I don't even know who prepared this agreement. And Fubara appended his signature to it, except, like some people say, he will do the Aburi U-turn. We all know historically the Aburi U-turn, that most of the things were agreed in Aburi were reneged upon once they got back to Nigeria. Except Fubara will do the Aburi U-turn. If he's not doing it, this is political suicide for him. Because look at it, all matters in court be withdrawn. Proceedings against the governor of this River State be dropped. It's a lie. Foul.
But it's in number 3.
You will have 27 lawmakers that you are saying they should reinstate in the APC. Lawmakers that as of 2 days ago wanted to impeach you. It's because they didn't have the court backing.
Absolutely.
And you think they will leave you alone? Foul. Except both of them they know what the game they are playing. Just like some people had posited in the past that for a succession to happen between Wike and Amechi, because it was too good to be true to have two Ikwere people come back to back, that probably a fight was stage managed, which I don't want to believe. But some people have posited that in political strategy, except that is what is happening now. Because with this, they are going to go for Fubara's jugular, and Fubara is out of the game, and they are going to consolidate on Rivers. So it's all looking too good to be true. We would like to see the game. In all of this, you asked a very important question. Where is PDP?
Yes.
I announced to you, like I said to Mr. Ologbodiro yesterday, PDP has been played out. And Wike has destroyed, has Maradona'd PDP to the extent that, you know what Wike has done to PDP? He has Maradona'd them by dribbling them, and to capital, he has done the hand of God on PDP. That's what Maradona did. The hand of God, 86 World Cup, scoring with hand, which is foul. That's what Wike has done to PDP. And PDP cannot respond. And I don't know what he has on them. So PDP is not even in the picture. Yeah. Because I was thinking that when the fight started, Fubara would have even lied with some of some PDP case stakeholders in Rivers State. He was not contacted. He was not ready to talk. He said he was going to talk to some of them. Conversation was not had. So what he has done is is Wike 100, PDP 0.
Absolutely, that's what
if he gets away with this and the defect is nobody will have wrecked the prospect of a political party like Wike.
I missed a part of your interview with Robert Clark. I mean, I understand that he evaded most of the questions. I mean, I missed it because I was preparing for the show.
Let's be realistic, Oji. What President Tinubu did, I'm not in support of it. You cannot say people
that's the main question
that the Constitution said that once you leave, you should, vacate your seat. Then the president is saying, go and accept and reinstate.
They should.
It's wrong. You are overruling the Constitution. So, but he couldn't own up to that.
That's the point.
But let's be except Wike and Fubara are both playing a tactical game. If Fubara uses Kuro I to sign this, a scientist dead warrant. I concur with Daniel Bola.
Absolutely.
And Wike came back strong in Fegi time.
Strong. All right.
No, this is suicide.
Well,
Real Sociedad.
Let's take another story then. The Minister of Women Affairs, Uju Kennedy-Ohanenye, has called on the Nigerian security agencies to stay off women as they should not be allowed to pay tax. The minister gave the warning at the Women, Peace and Security Sector Reference Group's 4th Annual Forum in Abuja. Ohanenye, who is a barrister, in her argument said that women should instead be empowered to enable them progress in their day-to-day activity. Ayo, before I come to you, in the meantime, though, the minister spoke with one of our morning show anchors, Adesua Giwa Osage, for her Untold Story project, where the minister revealed that she's not supposed to be paying tax and that Nigerians should be grateful that she pays any tax at all. Let's listen to their conversation.
It's supposed to be grateful to me that I even paid any tax at all. If you had carried out your homework well.
I remember on the Senate floor, you were asked by one of the senators about your income tax because between, I believe, 2017, 2018, 2019, the largest amount you declared as personal income was 1 million naira. And then 3 years later, you were able to buy a phone that's 30 million naira.
Yes.
So the assumption is that your personal income was larger than what you declared on the phones.
No. Number one, with the charity I've been doing, building health centers with personal funds, donating it to interior villages. I'm not supposed to pay any tax at all.
All right. I mean, Adeswa, well done there. This she did in October. At least we can say that she's consistent in her, advocacy in this tax issue. But there's a big problem here because charity work cannot be exempted from personal income. But let me tell you, she also presented her budget. And one of the issues in her budget, which I saw, which Adeswa actually highlighted to me, was that she's budgeting about 2.5 billion naira on things like cooking gas, deep freezers to different groups. I mean, I don't know what this is about, but I know she has come under fire for that as well. During that meeting, Senator Karim Sunday Kogi asked her the same question, saying, looking at your tax returns, would you say that you have been paying enough taxes to the Federal Republic of Nigeria? In 2018, you declared an annual income of 1 million. In 2019, you declared an annual income of 841,000 naira. In 2020, you declared an annual income of 954,000 naira. Could you be on that? I mean, this is it.
But she bought 30 million naira form.
Yes. People will say, Oji is a feminist and all of that. I mean, this is completely different from
what we are advocating for.
Absolutely. You know, when I'm rooting for the Minister of Women Affairs.
Yes.
Let me put it, not the person there, but I'm rooting for that office because, and I'm rooting for all the women who are represented in this cabinet, because we don't even have the numbers that we want yet. We don't have up to 35% as promised by the president, but we have some women there. So what you want to see is that these people are championing the cause of women. The first thing that this interview does, before I attend to the tax matter and the budget, is that there's no clear understanding of gender roles, gender equity, gender diversity for this woman. That's critical to her role. And that's quite a shame, because she's representing more than half of the population of Nigeria. And so you'd want to expect that she has a full grasp of the issues that face women, not just about buying sewing machines and things like that. We've moved beyond that. Now to the tax issue. Just to break it down, that number one, you cannot say that because you do charity work, you are exempted from paying taxes. And this is why people criticize the process of interviewing the ministers by the Senate.
Absolutely.
That due diligence wasn't done. The first thing was, how was she cleared by security agents when she was not paying tax in Nigeria? There are certain contracts you can't obtain from the federal government if you cannot demonstrate that you've been paying taxes.
Absolutely.
I don't want to, what she said it, I was going to say I don't want to presume that she's not been paying. But it is almost unbelievable to say that she'll earn 1 million naira.
She said you should be lucky that
and this woman also came
all
on the show and talked about how, even with some of the initiatives from the women's ministry, she can take them by herself. She's a businesswoman. She owns, she's quite accomplished. So it's difficult. And then we go on to the area of role modeling, not just for women, but even Nigerians as well. Leaders must lead by example. How can a federal minister come out to say that paying tax is doing a favor, that we should be lucky that she's paying taxes, when there is a massive drive to widen the tax net to ensure that more people are paying taxes, so not just a few people are funding this economy? It's mind-boggling. There are many statements that have been made that she ought to have received some kind of invitation to come and answer, like a professional query.
Absolutely.
As to how can you go out and say this as a federal minister. We need to hold our ministers to a higher account, to higher standards, and demand for more. I don't want them to make this ministry a joke, that's Ministry of Women Affairs, so that you just put it as just let anybody go there. They are real issues around the world. These are real. We had Professor Echegu just a few minutes ago, where she was talking about her fight for gender diversity. Did you hear what she said? Her proudest moment was changing policies, changing things for generations to come, not buying deep freezers and sewing machines for women, and talking about how we are lucky that she's paying taxes. There are deeper issues, and for me, it's a bit disheartening that such an important role is made such a joke of. Yeah. I think it's very sad.
Sorry, has she sued the United Nations?
Well, we are still waiting for that.
I haven't seen that. If she doesn't sue the United Nations, that's where Wahala will start. Well, they have to sue the United Nations. Well, lawyers are ready to take briefs.
Like Ayo said, there needs to be a proper review of that ministry. Such an important ministry, really. Women should pay tax. Well, I wish we had time to take our story in Niger State. I hope we'll take that tomorrow, where the governor is banning traditional attires. But, I'd like to thank you both. Yes, he is. He says you cannot wear traditional attires. Civil servants shouldn't. But we'll take the story tomorrow, hopefully.
Ayo, you look fabulous. Oji, great.
I'm wearing English wear. Yes, not traditional.
And
terrible.
Please, I thought any governor would ensure that people wear traditional wear to boost the local textile industry.
Well, I'd like to thank you both for your great analysis. We miss Dr. Abati. Well, that's all I have for you on What's Trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.